G'day everyone, Wayne here. It's Tuesday the 8th of September. Finally, well, I'm going to have to put this carby on, the new carby that I bought, the Holley. This one's playing up. Was heading out before to get some stuff for the new car, but this just shit itself. Managed to get back, so I was trying to get a where are we? Yeah, sit it up there. Yeah, trying to get a piece of pipe for here. This is just over 5 inches, I think it is. Sort of about 6-7 inches tall, and then I'll put the 3-inch outlet into it. So then I can hook the snorkel back up there. I was trying to put it off because, you know, I need to get a house. Still haven't got a house yet. I'm just living at my dad's place at the moment. Just staying in the shed at his place until I can find a rental. Well, we can find plenty of rentals. It's just a matter of getting accepted. Seems there's so many people out there at the moment looking for rentals. So if anyone knows of rentals in Shepparton, well, let me know. So I'm got to start this now. I was hoping to leave it, but she just ain't running now. Had enough of it. I ended up buying some batteries. Still got to hook that one up yet, but all my cable and everything's all packed in storage, so they'll be getting wired together. So they'll both be start batteries wired together, and then whenever I get a winch, it'll be for that too. And then I'll hook up the red arc stuff in the back there with a second battery. But at the moment, yeah, just going to try and start here. Makes it a bit hard if I need something. Well, yeah, I'm only in Benalla, so there's not much here in Benalla, and I've got to walk everywhere. So not that I'm complaining about walking, it's just, yeah, it'd be quicker if I could just drive. Walking will get me fit, I know that. So that's fine. So anyway, so I'm going to start doing this here. Don't know what I'll film. I'm just doing this for starters, and we'll see how we go. Also don't have many tools with me. That's the train. Some pliers. Gotta go and find some. Come off. You're frustrated. see, I haven't had this off for a while. Right, that's one bit. Now, I might come off there a bit easier maybe. Oh, you can just piss off over there for now. Before she died on me, I went to the mechanic at Ben's here in Benalla, where I always get me dyno stuff done. But yeah, just to sort of book it in to get it tuned and yeah, get it tuned. Then I was off to Shepparton to see if I can get some material to make up the top for it. But yeah, pulled out onto the road and she just started playing up on me. Managed to get home, but yeah, needs doing. So always hate getting these accelerator cables off. Oh, there we go. So now I had a question from, forget now, someone about when I fit up the carby about doing the tuning and stuff. But I'll probably do enough tuning to get it running, but the rest of the tuning, well, that'll be done. That'll be done at Ben's. We'll get it on the dyno and do it then. So, I kind of wanted to have the top on first and hook the snorkel up before I'd done any sort of tuning. Otherwise, I sort of need to do it twice. You know, it kind of makes a little difference. You know, having just the filter on that they send you. Instead of having it hooked up through the snorkel, so I'd rather have all that done first. So we'll see what happens. If we can get it running good enough, I'll just head up to Shepparton and go and grab some stuff, weld it all together, and hook the snorkel up. But otherwise, yeah, I'll just have to wait. Wait until I get someone to run me up there or work it out, because I know there's nothing in Benalla here. I've had a look today, no one's got anything that can be of any use to me, because I did bring my welder here with me at Dad's place, so I do have my welder and some of my tools, grinder and things like that, so I can make up the top. I just need the materials because it's an odd size for the holley. This is easy. This is just small. I think this is just 3-inch. So this is easy. The other one's a 5-inch. Yeah, I got this is another video there. I've got new leads, plugs. So I'll do that once I keep this carby off. I'll do that. Starting to spit a little bit at the moment, so it may rain or it may not. I don't know. If it does, I'll have to stop. Well, it's raining. Only light, but it's raining. I'll sit here and hopefully it stops soon. Alright, next day. It's the 9th today. Just got that carby off. The old one. There's a little bit of a difference on the old Nicky carby to the Holley. Much more simpler. A lot bigger inside. Bit of fuel coming out. So, we'll see how we go with that. Still just got to get the plate off here. The old sorry, shit recording. The plate off here that used to have the little heating element stuff in it, which I'd already gutted that out a while ago. Oh god, completely cut it all out. So there's absolutely nothing in the middle of it, so there was no restrictions at all. And oh shit, yeah. I did use some sealant last time I put this on, so I'll definitely have to scrape this off. So do that and take these studs out, and then put the adapter plate on, new bolts. Might piss this off while I'm at it and just run it into the snorkel instead of having it run down here. It really just doesn't need to. It can run into the snorkel, same as this here. Alright, what have we got? Take some more bits off. Run this fuel line into the carb, get rid of the return. And then just use the vac line into the carb, and then I'll just delete, I'll get rid of this back up here, probably tee it into that one. A couple other bits and pieces we can get rid of now because we're not going to use them. So this little T-piece here, get rid of that, just put a bung in there because I don't need this now. So we're getting there, making a few things up, get rid of some junk. These studs out. If you haven't got studs out before, like exhaust manifold studs and things like that, which you usually have to get out for different reasons, just put two nuts together, tighten them up, and then put a spanner on the bottom nut and turn it. 99.9% of the time they will come out.
You talking to yourself?
No, I'm talking to the camera.
Oh.
Yep. Yep. Talking to the camera. Yep. I do that from time to time. Yeah. Yeah. No, it never answers me. No. No, never answers. So it means that I can always talk about whatever I want and I don't get interrupted. And I know it's not bullshit because they're not answering me. Yep. Those nuts on that one. Stanley knife, here it is. I don't have any sealant with me or Loctite or anything. I don't feel like walking down and getting any. Check everything after she's all on for a little bit. Give it a couple of weeks, a couple of days. I'll check over everything. Make sure everything's still tight. Getting there, Dad.
Getting there?
Getting there.
That's good. I won't interrupt you.
Oh, you can if you want.
That breeze is too cold.
The breeze is too cold.
That hurricane wind.
Hurricane winds, eh?
Hurricane wind, all right?
We're not in America, we're not having hurricane winds. Yeah, that'd be right. You feeling a bit better today?
Yes.
Good.
Not better today.
Good.
A lot better.
Right. Good.
There's heaps of rag.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, just gotta try and get this old gasket off here. I need to take that screwdriver apart. Not screwdriver. What am I holding? Stanley knife. Oh, just talking.
You just talking to yourself again?
Talking to myself.
Yeah, all right.
No, I'm talking to the camera. Yep. If I was talking to myself, I'd be going crazy. Yep. That's why I talk to the camera, just to prove that I'm not going crazy. It'd lock me up otherwise. Yep. Well, you go inside where it's warm. Not that it's cold out here, but I know you'd be cold. Yeah, there's sook. So I'm up here with Dad at the moment. Found out he's got cancer. So, non-curable. It's gone too far in his body now, so it's just a matter of time, and then we say goodbye. So, as I said, I was supposed to be moving down to Melbourne and everything like that, and getting a job and starting life down there, but once I found that out, yeah, no, I was straight back up here, and spend time with him. So I've been cooking food for him, and looking after him. But, yeah, unfortunately, non-curable. So he's already started some treatment and things like that, but it's not going to do much apart from prolong, give him some extra time. But at the end of the day, it's all going to be over, which is not good. Not good at all. Always been close to that, so gets a bit hard at times, but we all have to go through it. Whether it's cancer or something else, everyone has to go. We all have our time. Yeah. Alright, so I got the gasket off, good enough. New gasket will cover up everything that's there anyway. So yeah, put the plate on. But I might look at getting rid of this because I just don't want it there. Might have to go down and get a bolt to put back in there, seal it up, and then I'll just run that into the snorkel, into the intake before the carby. Not make any difference. Just going to clean this junk up here. I like cleaning stuff up, having it neat and tidy. Same with this here. Take this out, put just a plain just a bolt in there, a little bung. This has got to go, the return, so that'll be all neatened up there. Probably piss this off here. It's kind of really not needed. So something else that'll neaten up. And then, yeah, over here, I forget what all this shit's for, but it's not needed. Not needed now. Old emission stuff. Alright. Next step. Got that carby on there now. It's not bolted down or anything yet. Well, I've got the nuts on it anyway, but it's not tightened up. What I'm having issues with, not too much of an issue, is just this bracket here, the accelerator cable bracket. Yeah, it's got this round piece on the end, and then your mounting hole, where are we? Can't even see it. Mounting hole, and then this round piece which basically fits on the other side. Not sure whether you can see somehow down in here. You see what I'll put? That's the longest stud there, so it's got to go on. Basically, it fits at the moment. A bit hard to see. Oh, so I've obviously got to loosen that off again so I can get that on there a bit more. But when they mention about putting it on, they don't mention anything about putting nut or anything on. As far as they're mentioning, this bracket sits up against the base of the carby there, but then it gets in the way up here. Alright, slightly better view. Anyway, so what I'm talking about is the bottom plate for the carby. If you take that nut off and those other washers that I've put there, and you put this on, but up here, where are we? Up this bracket, this bit of the casting there of the bottom plate of the carby, it gets in the way of this is difficult. That U shape there. So therefore, it doesn't allow it. I know it's got a little line across it. So I don't know whether you can either cut that off, so it's flat across there, but it's still, I think by the time you get it on there, so if that was over that bolt, it doesn't allow it to sit flat here. So when you're bolting it down, you'd be bolting it down at an angle. So by putting the nut on there, yeah, I'll have to loosen that carby off a bit. But you get the idea. It does go down a bit further, but that bracket will now sit on top of the nut, and then I'll just put another nut and washer on top, because that U shape there fits perfectly around the corner of the carby. So I think that's what it's supposed to be, or how it's supposed to be. So then this bracket doesn't move around. But they sort of don't mention anything about that. They just mention put the bracket on and then put the carby on and bolt it down. They don't give you any extra nuts. And the thread of this stud here doesn't go down all the way. So anyway, that's what I'm doing at the moment. So I'll just put this bracket on top of the nut and then put another nut on top, and I'll just run it like that, and then I'll work something out later if it is meant to go down and you are meant to cut just a little bit more off this, then that's how it is. But I thought, well, if they send you the kit, it should just bolt up. So I'll sort that out. But the other thing, sort of sits over right over against the plug leads over here, so it's right up against. So if you want to change the plug, you'd probably have to take that bracket off first. You might have enough room, but I'm probably going to change these plugs and leads now anyway, and then I'll worry about bolting all that down. A little bit blurry that was, sorry about that. Now I'm going to do the accelerator cable. So I'll get this on. So that's got to go through the firewall. So I've got to undo this up in here. It is a bit dark. Can't quite see. Oh yeah, right up top there. So I'll get onto that. I won't worry about filming it. Alright, so I found a little issue with these. This is the 480, the holley 480, and this bracket, as far as I can work out, is for the 330, because the 480 has a different bottom plate. It where are we? Not sure it's focusing. The surface between where this nut bolts down onto to here, this rises up. So on the other side, with the 330, you would bolt this bracket, or this bracket would sit flat on that surface, and then you would put the nut on it. It's not a problem. Whereas on the 480, it can't, because it gets in the way. So there's so they mention nothing about you know, changing this bracket or anything. They don't mention anything there about that. Which maybe you just cut that off, but I still don't think it's enough, which it wouldn't be. Because say if that was, you know, that on the other corner I'm talking about, if that was over the other corner, just making an example, that this here rises up, so it gets in the way, so it can't sit flat on there, and then you put the nut on. I don't know if anyone else has noticed this. So basically I made that hole a little bit bigger in this bracket, and at the moment, as I said, I'll just put the nut on, then put that over the nut, and then just another nut on top, which won't matter. Won't matter too much, as that goes down onto there. So I haven't bolted that. Oh God, terrible filament. Terrible. Now I'm trying to get you to see. It's a bit hard. So that goes over there. So I'll just put a nut on there, bolt that down. It's not going to make much. God, not going to make much difference to the height of this. So everything will still work. I'll give them a call and see what they say about that. But yeah, the base plate on the 480 to the 330 is different. 330 is all flat here, and the 480 rises up. So that's just something to take note of. But I'll get this carby bolted down, and I'm going to have to find another nut and washer. Do that. Accelerator cable's done. It's just sitting over the back there. I'll hook that up in a minute. And yeah, that's about it. Still just got to mount this whichever way I need to. Whether that's facing up or down, doesn't matter. Just depends on on how I want that. But otherwise, should be right. Getting it sorted. So we can see better here, the other side of the car, what I'm talking about. Out of the way. So I've already put the nut, so I'll put another washer. So I've got two washers here and then a nut, because the thread doesn't go down all the way, because it's yeah, they're meant to have the bracket on there, and then everything else, washer and that. So that's supposed to sit down there. Now on the 330s, on the base plate, it's flat as far as I can see. Bit hard holding the camera and doing all this. So it's flat, whereas the 480 has a rise just here, so it angles up. So this plate can't sit flat down here. You'd have to do a fair bit of trimming on that bracket to get it to sit flat down there first. Whereas just by putting the nut on first and then the bracket on top, you know, just a flat washer up here and a nut, it fits just fine. So so that's the end of the bracket here is trimmed to go around the that corner of the carby there. So that sort of holds it in place. So it has to sit up because it can't sit flat on this base. Obviously if it's a 330 it does sit flat on the base, and then you put your nut on top and it's not a problem, because this doesn't rise up here, whereas on the 480 it does. So I'm not sure if Recarb sent me the wrong bracket, or whether they haven't had that issue yet, or haven't had too many. Well, there's a lot of 480s being sold, that's I said, so someone should have come up with that issue by now. But I will give them a call anyway and just mention it. But I don't know whether they've done another bracket for them or not. But that's how I'm doing it for now. So I just found another nut, so I'll stick that on there. So once I tighten that up, that should be all good. Doing things one-handed with the camera here gets a little difficult. Shaky footage. A rusty nut, but she's all good. Get that done up. So that's all right there. Now, so we can hook our cable up, accelerator cable. We'll let it go there. I know there is 2 washers there. Just trying to, there we go, get them split. Oh. Right. Anyway, I'll get that sorted. That's a 2-handed job. But that's yeah, something I found out. And I'm pretty sure there's no other way of doing it. To me, there's no other way of making this bracket fit the 480. You would have to cut off this very corner. You can see this very corner here. You would have to cut that right off for it to sit down. They don't mention anything about cutting it. They just mention putting the bracket on. So we'll see what happens. But that should be all good. Okay. probably, I'll see what that feels like. Okay, so everything's all sorted out there, bolted up, fuel lines on, back lines on. I'll kick it in the guts and see if it fires up, and hopefully she runs okay as it is. Probably needs some tuning, but we'll see how we go. Well, fired up, camera fell over. Hello. That didn't work very well, did it? Maybe we can try it that way. Sorry. Messing you up. Oh, God. Low. Try again. Fires needs tuning, eh?
Hey?
So it needs a little bit of tuning.
Just a bit of turn, yeah, but at least it's going.
Yeah, it's going there. Yeah.
You done this there stuff before, have you? Or
Oh, really, a little bit.
a little bit?
A little bit. Enough to get going anyway.
Yeah.
Not enough to make a job of it.
All right. She got some kick in her. Got some kick in her.
not too bad. Still definitely needs a last bit of tuning. I'll take it for a drive in a minute. That's good, there's no leaks. No leaks, everything's sorted. I'll check whether I'm getting full acceleration. Tilt that bracket there, cable tie. Accelerator cable a little better. And then, so there we go. So I can't get it into get tuned on the dyno until next week, late next week. So if that gives me time to get a top made up. So I'm just going to put a same sort of thing as what I had, but not rounded, because I just don't have enough room. So it'll just be a bit of 5-inch, well, it's just over 5-inch, I think this was. It's an odd size. Yeah, up about yay high, and then I'll have the 3-inch inlet there. So it'll just come in and down. Let's put a top on it, extend this bolt, and that'll hold it on. Put that little gasket on there, and you can buy the tops for them, but why buy it when you can make it? Yeah, but otherwise that seems okay. I'll take it for a drive. We'll see how we go. It won't be perfect, but as long as it gets me around, that's all it needs to do at the moment. I won't be hard on it at all. Yeah. So at the moment I'll just put that top on that they give you. See how that goes. Need that gasket. That. Oh, hang on, idiot. That. If I put that bolt down too far, no, it's okay. And this goes over the other side, because this here goes in there. That one I will sort out. Just piss off there somewhere, please. So for now that goes there. Oh, god damn. Where's the other over there? Ow. See how it goes. Where's me wing nut? Got me wing nut. Chinga wing nut. Secure that down. Okay, we'll see how that goes. See if that changed anything. Got a little bit of whistle to it. Okay, I guess I can just hang around there for now. I've got nowhere else to put it at the moment. I need some cable ties. Got a bit of chrome on the car. Oh, pretty flash. I'll be able to go to a car show now. Open me bonnet and show off me chrome here. Awesome. I was going to these plugs, but I didn't get around to it. Oh, I guess I wanted to make sure everything was alright first, and it ran before I changed that. I can change him now, it's easy. Probably easier now that I've got this carby on than the other. Difference already, but definitely does need a tune to get sorted. I think it's enough to get me around at the moment. Good. Doesn't stall. Made a difference. It's not too bad. Not too bad. So sort out that spring on the throttle there. Still feels a bit tight, a bit firm. The throttle cable it sort of twists around. It's got two tight turns in it, so you can definitely feel those two turns. So happy it doesn't stall now. Alright, car's done. Done for now. Good enough to get me around. It's dark outside here now. Nice night though. So it's done. Yeah, so next week, or late next week I think it was, I'll book it in for a dyno and get her all tuned. The only thing I don't like about the well, not the carb, just the setup with the accelerator cable, because it's got two big bends in it now, because the linkages are over the other side near the plugs, and the linkage has got to pull back towards the firewall on the carby, so it needs two bends in it, not tight bends, but enough. enough to notice. It just feels very notchy. Linkage on the carby's all good. Accelerator pedal's all good. It's just you can tell that the cable itself, because of the two bends, it's just doesn't feel very smooth. So might have to work on that somehow. I don't know if anyone else has noticed that or if it's just me. But yeah, it doesn't feel as smooth as the original setup. So yeah, might work on that. Having a turkey. Haven't had a drink in a while, so I thought I'd get a couple. Treat myself. Seems everything else has been pretty shit. So anyway, so that's done, and yeah, I'll go down to Ben's here tomorrow and book it in for a dyno. Between that, I'll change those plugs and leads, which I didn't do today, which I was going to do filter, get another dizzy cap, and it should be all good. So that'll be done. And then on to the next project. Not sure what else I'll be doing to it. I'm going to be starting work soon. Just need to try and get a house first, because I'll be going back to where I was working, building the trailers. So I'm going to start up there again and get going. It'll give me some money in my pocket so I can spend some more on this. I've got some money sitting there at the moment, but yeah, I might end up just getting myself another car just to run around. That way I don't have to drive this around, because I want to sort of pull it apart a bit and do a bit of stuff to it. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, definitely need a house. At the moment, I'm sleeping in the shed. So just got to blow up mattress in there, and that's where I'm sleeping. At the end of the day, I'm here with Dad, so that's the main thing. Get to look after him, cook some meals for him, and yeah, because he's not going to be around forever, unfortunately. So cancer pretty much takes everyone whenever they've got it. So yeah, alright, well that's about it. I'll end this video here. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you later.